Hello and welcome to Teamworks. This is a podcast where we'll be covering everything to do with the gaming world. Each episode we'll be talking to people like ourselves. If you're a streamer or you're just a casual gamer that just wants to talk about gaming, we'll be talking all about everything to do about gaming, and from time to time we'll be talking about Marvel stuff as well. So if you're a big Marvel fan, we'll be talking about that. So this is our podcast. We are Teamworks. Hello everyone and welcome back to the podcast. This is Teamworks. We are on season 2 and we are on episode 26. This is the final episode for this season. It's come to an end. It's been a really good long season this season, but season 2 is coming to an end, and in this week's episode we have Higgins. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Yeah, I use that because it's the only thing I could find. It's Alex Midnight, but I mean Higgins is a character I play on Fallout, which is neat. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
I quite like the name Higgins, actually.
Yeah, I got it from a name, but you know, it was a Sergeant Higgins. I play that in the Fallout 5, which is really fun. So yeah, Fallout 76 came a long way from what it used to be.
Definitely, mate. Definitely, and we know your name's Higgins and all that, but would you be able to tell me and my listeners just a little bit more about yourself, if you don't mind?
Yeah, my stage name is Alex Midnight. I'm a voice actor, and I do voice acting. I do things for Fallout. I'm in a group, the Wasteland Theater Company, who does live Shakespeare plays in Fallout 76. Yeah. I'm also in numerous groups on there. Fallout 5 where we go around helping out people and, you know, active role-playing on there. And, you know, a lot of fun time when you can do all that and make people's days better. So, but yeah, just your general run-of-the-mill voice actor who can do a lot of stuff. Just, I guess I was born with. I don't know. It's something that I'm really good at, though, so...
Nice one. And when you say you do voice acting, have you done any voice acting in like games or TV shows or anything, or is it just
not yet? It's basically the Shakespeare stuff, but I mean we're big with Bethesda because Bethesda, we work with them. Like we're content creators, so you know we work with them and they work with us, so it is pretty good. So.
Nice one. And you say you're a tabletop gamer, is that correct?
Yeah, tabletop's not bad. You know, I play tabletop, RTS, all sorts of other things.
Nice one. And can you tell us a little bit more about tabletop for people that don't know what tabletop is?
Tabletop is like a... trying to figure... because the best way to describe it is like a... I guess an over-the-top version of looking... like a top view, which is like okay, but it's like the camera angle is sometimes iffy, but
yeah, I know what you mean because I played. I think it was a Lara Croft game, and you might know what one it is. It's a Lara Croft Golden something or something. I think it's something like that. But that basically.
Oh yeah, the golden what's it? The Golden Sphere or something. It came out PS4. It was made by a developer, but I mean.
Yeah, I remember that game because that came to PlayStation Plus as well.
Yeah, it was a free one. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's also other tabletop games, but that you can play on an actual table. But I mean,
Yeah, I've seen the ones that you can actually play on the table itself, but I've not actually played many of them. But yeah,
Oh,
they seem like a lot of fun. Obviously, a lot more fun because you're with other people doing it.
oh yeah, Dungeons and Dragons is a tabletop one. There's Skyrim has tabletop ones. World of Warcraft tabletop. There's a lot of stuff.
And do you know what? Dungeons and Dragons, the last guest we had on, he was actually talking about that because he's a tabletop gamer as well, and he said how much over the years it's grown on him. Dungeons and Dragons because he never started with that game. So yeah, it's an amazing game that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, tabletop is actually pretty cool. Also, it helps you learn about other people, learn about characters, and one thing I want to alliterate on when being a voice actor, like, people who do it for the fame and the money are doing it in the wrong way. You should be doing it for the reason is you want people to be able to connect with you and your characters. If they're having a bad day, then go look at your character and maybe get a laugh or connect with the character in a way that makes themselves feel better, technically.
Yeah, totally understand that, and it's a shame that there's not a lot more tabletop games on PlayStation. That's if there was a bit more, I think a lot of people would play on it. I would imagine.
Yeah, but Sony is going a route of more of like bigger games to say, like the new Amazon MMO that's coming out on here, New World, Atrium, or whatever it's called, is coming out on PlayStation because they want to expand their audience for when their PS5 Pro eventually drops this year in November.
Yeah, I believe it's dropping this year, and you know what? It's funny because they said that they were releasing the PS5 Pro ready for GTA 6. Now GTA 6 has been delayed.
2025.
2025, yeah. So,
well, what they're probably gonna do is they're gonna bundle it.
Yeah, probably.
It'll be a $700 bundle or £600 because GTA 6 is going to be insane, probably a special edition or something, special edition PS5, specifically painted like GTA or something.
Well, they normally do that with quite a few games. They did it with Horizon Zero Dawn. They did it with Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, oh yeah.
Yeah, they did it with quite a few games, didn't they? And that's how they make more money because people that haven't got a console or just want that model, they'll if they have the money, they'll spend it.
Oh yeah. If they want the model, I mean, it's good if they want the model, but I mean, having the console itself is cool. Except the one thing about PS5 is their controllers are a bit more flimsier than the PS4 ones. PS4 ones kind of work better in a sense, but then I guess it's just Sony's redesign of it.
Do you know what? I don't mind the PS5 controllers. I do like the way they've done it. I've managed to pick myself up the Pro version controller. And
the one that's $200. That's expensive.
Very expensive. I mean, I had to save up hard to get that, but I was in two minds of not getting it, and I thought to myself, well, you're only going to do it once. Come on, let's just do it.
Right.
So I did it, and I won't do it again. That's for sure.
Yeah, their controllers are more expensive, even though their batteries come from Taiwan. I mean, they're not coming from Japan directly; they're coming from Taiwan, but cell phone battery. But
yeah, so it's amazing the way they made the PS5. I like the fact that you can take off the faceplates and replace them.
Oh yeah,
put a new SSD drive in, which I did.
Yeah, I did too. I put the internal one in, the 1 terabyte one, which is good.
Yeah, and that works really good, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it makes it faster too. Solid state drive.
But I also believe as well now you can upgrade it to 8 terabyte if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, but 8 terabytes is like you're gonna pay $300-400 for 8 terabyte. I mean, good God.
It's not worth it. I mean, I paid in our money if it was £200 for a 2 terabyte. So yeah, I think I'd just stick to a 2.
Yeah, unless you like gaming on a PC or something, it isn't worth it. I mean, Yeah, supposedly the PS5 Pro is supposed to rival like a mid to high range PC, but we'll see.
Well, that's the thing about the consoles as well now. They are becoming more like a PC. Okay, they're not quite there in a sense that when it comes to PC, you can upgrade a game that's not meant to upgrade as much on a console, so you can upgrade it a bit more on PC, and that's what.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
Yeah, definitely, and it's a shame really, but I do like the fact that consoles are becoming more like a PC. I think in the future you wouldn't have to buy a gaming PC, would you? Because it'll be all in the console.
Console PS6 probably is when we're gonna see like the next leap in things. Leap in technology every single year. So
technology is amazing, mate. And then how did they go from here? You always question this, but they can go somewhere further with technology and
right.
New generation of games and. What are they going to bring with the graphics and all that? I mean, I thought Uncharted 4, that was a PS4 game. And
yeah, that was pretty good.
The quality on it was amazing, wasn't it? It was basically like a movie, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's what they made a movie out of it. Pretty.
Yeah. And that's what I like about it. And, it's a shame that PCs weren't as expensive, because I think a lot more people would go to PCs than consoles if it wasn't.
Yeah,
the fact that
PC, you're just paying for a video card. That's what you're paying for. You're paying for a name brand, like a 4080. You're just paying for the name. That's what you're paying for.
Yeah, definitely. But that's why people go for a console, because it's a lot cheaper. But yeah, what console did you first play on, mate?
That would probably be way back then. Probably, I think I first started with a Sega Genesis. I think I can't remember. That's a long time ago, but I know for what I can remember the Sega Genesis. Then we had the PS2. So the PS2 was a classic of its time.
Yeah, what console the PS2 was. I mean, it was fantastic. It's a shame that they took away backwards compatibility with the. I think it was the 60 gig model of the PS3. It was backwards compatible.
Yeah.
But then it was the mod, wasn't it?
PS3 had its problems. It always had its Y load issues where it would overheat. Because when Sony was making them, they didn't think to use like good thermal paste. To use kind of pretty crappy one. So.
Yeah, but I did still think the PS3 was a good console in some
sense. It was.
Because
it had stuff like it had stuff like Mag, it had stuff like PlayStation Home, which was really, really fun, technically. Yeah. But it was the first kind of VR type experience that you can ever experience before they came out with that kind of stuff, so ahead of its time.
Yes, and there was rumours going back a while ago that PlayStation Home was going to come back. I hope that's true. I mean, I can imagine it'll be really, really good today now with all the graphics and all art designs, and they can do what in the game. So.
Oh yeah. It depends though, because then they have to give everyone everything back, and it's like, I mean, they probably could. It's probably saved on a cloud server somewhere, because Sony, they save everything to servers, and they turn the server off, and then they turn it back on, or whoever owns the server ends. But I don't think it'll be that hard. It would just be, you can charge it a subscription for it if you really wanted to keep it online. You start charging subscriptions, make it a live service.
Yeah.
Like Helldivers.
Yeah, exactly. And what's your point about the PlayStation Plus subscriptions? I mean, they went from being £100 and now it's $100.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I can understand where they're coming from, but it's like, if you're going to be doing that, Sony, you need to offer us better things, like bring Mag back, bring back things that like Warhawk or Dust, things that we want to see that are just gonna step up the game of the PlayStation itself. Because with the way it is now, yeah, the games aren't bad on it, but we have some old things from PS3 like Motorstorm, but we want to see more stuff like that.
Yeah,
or PS2 classics.
Well, talking about PS2 glasses, I would love, and a lot of people have been saying the same thing, Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yeah. Or the SmackDown vs. Raw games to be like from PS2 to put on to here for reasons because hilariousness. Like Here Comes the Pain rematched on the frickin' PS5.
I mean, can you imagine? Imagine
2K won't do that. They're too greedy.
Nah, 2K won't know. No, they might be bringing.
They won't know how to do it.
They might be bringing the next FIFA out soon. So.
Well, we already have the free one now, so I haven't touched it. But I mean, it's just EA Sports owns it now, so you know.
Yeah, EA Sports. But don't get me. I've always been a big fan of that game. I used to be a big fan.
Right.
Of Pro Win Solution Soccer. But that went downhill, and then they brought the eFootball that. I had not really played on it. I mean, some people have said it's improved since release, but I just don't like it. I don't like the movements. And this new
it's all about their My Faction. That's what it's about.
And this new one, Ronaldo's brought out, or he's part of it. The UF, is it UCF? Was it UCT?
CF, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I tried.
United Football Corporation or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and I tried the beta, and it was just far too slow receiving the ball, and I wasn't a fan of that.
Oh God!
And people,
sometimes
FIFA,
it's.
And I'm like, really?
FIFA was good for its time, but then they lost the license, and it's like it's like 2K. They should lose the license to certain games because now I'm not saying don't go buy the next NBA game, but. Fair warning, it's going to be garbage. It's going to be a hot pile of trash. It's going to be just a reskin of 24 with new old features added in as new and just a roster update.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to be. It's going to be a pile of steam and trash, usually. But, I mean, when you have a marketing manager, so selfishly puts himself in his own games, well, that ruins some of your development work right there, so that's not a good studio. So I wonder why Taken-Two's losing money.
I know, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to be in that game yourself, you would make sure that you're not part of that company, wouldn't you?
Right.
You just wouldn't I'm the owner of this company, but I'm still going to be in the game as well.
Right.
That's just being big-headed and want more money, isn't it?
Selfish, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what the gaming industry has nowadays, selfishness, but,
So if you was ever going to make a game yourself then, what would it be and why? And what company would you have helping you, or would you be on your own and make your own company?
If anything, I'd probably redo the wrestling games, and I would have THQ take back over, because THQ, when it was under their guidance, it was a lot better than 2K's guidance, because 2K, when they're making stuff, it's all about the microtransactions and the things that they put in there. They're trying to make the wrestling games like NBA, and it's just not going to work. You can't have a live service My Faction and try to make it like NBA. You just can't do that. The criticism there is ridiculous. And I'd stop making things for PS4, because who wants to play on PS4 anymore? It's a dead console. Sony, shut it down. Get rid of it. It's done. Its life cycle's over.
I understand that. You know what? I totally agree with you, because it's all about going on to the next gen now and making games.
Right.
But
that's why GTA 6 isn't going to run on there, because impossible.
Yeah. At the same time, though, you can feel sorry for the people some of the people that are on the PS4 still, because some of them might not be able to afford the PS5 just yet. But the PS4 was a great console, but you say, it's time to move on now.
Or they're waiting for the Pro to come out so they can grab the PS5 Pro.
Do you know what? I was thinking that myself. What it was is there was rumours, wasn't there, before the PS5 came out, that there might be a PS5 Pro coming out alongside it, and I thought, well, if they did that, that's brilliant. That, because I would go for the PS5 Pro, But now that I've got a PS5, and I wouldn't upgrade to a PS5 Pro, I don't see the point.
I only upgraded to PS5 Pro because it has more power and like more ray tracing ability, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Better storage, but
apparently 8K ready. But who?
Yeah, who plays an 8K? Like, who has $1,000 for an 8K TV? Like, who? Seriously.
Oh yeah. I mean, the PS5 itself, when it first came out, it said 8K on the box. Now they've took that away now with the the slim one.
Yeah, because the slim one's lesser parts, and it's just lesser everything on the slim. That's how they get you. They tone things down and say, "Oh, well, this is how we get you for that one."
Well, they've actually turned around now, though, haven't they, and said that it was a mistake and the PS5 wasn't actually 8K ready. If you would like to be a guest on our show yourself and talk about your background, how you became a streamer or just a casual gamer, just DM us on our social medias, or you can contact us by our email, which is teamworkspodcast@outlook.com. Now let's get back to the episode. That's all.
No. So it's not 8K ready until they decided to upgrade the board and with the PS5 Pro, because the specs that leaked online are the actual specs of PS5 Pro. So
yeah, and
pretty powerful.
It is, and you know what? What do you reckon about backwards compatibility? Should that have been a thing on the PS5 all the way down to PS1 generation?
Yeah, it should have been. They kind of made a lot of money with that, but then again, they have their live service. They can put it on the live service. PlayStation thing would trying to be like Xbox Game Pass, but failing at that. So
yeah, the only problem though with the backwards compatibility on that is the PS3 games you have to stream. So
yeah, that's true.
Unless you have a good internet connection, you're not. Even if you have a good internet connection, you know yourself, the remote play over the years has been absolutely awful. So
it's been terrible
streaming PS3 games, but I have heard rumours recently that they are trying to find a way to do that with the PS3 games, so you can download them.
Yeah, they would have to actually get the physical licenses. I think Sony owns MotorStorm Studio, but I think they'd have to like physically get all the licenses and then just put them all in the store.
Yeah, definitely. And do you know what's funny about it is that, when the Xbox brought backwards compatibility out,
right?
PlayStation were ready and set to bring it out in an update, and then Xbox turned around and said, next update we're going to have backwards compatibility with the older generation. And Sony just gave up then and said, it's not something the fans want anymore. But the fans do want it.
Right, it's something that they don't want to do because it costs them money.
Yeah, they don't listen to the fans. That's basically what it is. I mean,
no, they don't listen to their stockholders. Their stockholders say it, then they'll do it. But
do you know what makes me laugh about Sony is it says for the players. Most of the time, it's not for the players.
Corporation, it's corporation nowadays. The corporation controls everything. So if they don't like something, they will tell you.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of people saying it needs to happen. I know. There's some people that still have a hold of the old generation consoles, but
oh yeah,
I just don't have the space. I couldn't do it. I mean, no. I don't even have the time to go on all these consoles. So I mean, I've already got a PC, a Nintendo Switch, a Xbox One, and a PS5. So do we need anything else? Nah.
Yeah, I have to get a laptop next year for my voice acting. I'm just gonna build it. Well, I'm gonna have it pre-built, but I mean it's gonna be like 96 gig of it. So
yeah, so you can have a gaming PC, so you can play
gaming laptop.
Well. A laptop, yeah.
Yeah,
nice
yeah, gaming laptop, 96 gig of RAM, probably like a 4070 unit, and probably a Ryzen 7. But I mean, 96 gigabytes of RAM is good enough for what I need it to run. So.
But yeah, because you know yourself, you can. It's basically just recording stuff and stuff, isn't it? Yeah,
and using programs for voice acting. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can have that running on a 16 gig RAM, can't you? So.
Oh yeah, 16 gig, but I'm gonna bump it up all the way to 96, so that way it can last a long time.
Yeah, and then, do you know what? That's a good thing. I mean, I never said to myself I'll get a gaming PC, but then I always like to stream on Twitch and stuff like that, and it was like, well, it benefits because when you're streaming on a PC, you can put overlays on and everything, and make it
Yeah,
look
it's true.
fancy, and have sound alerts for people to mess about with in your streams. But it wasn't just for that; it was because I do a podcast, and
Right.
when I started this podcast, doing it on the phone, and it was an app called Anchor. You've probably heard of it. It's now called Spotify for podcasters.
Yeah, I've seen Spotify for podcasters.
Yeah, and do you know what? Their recording software on there is awful. So, and our first few episodes didn't sound great because it just kept cutting off and everything. And we sounded like robots at one point.
Oh god.
So it wasn't ideal. Now that I've got a gaming PC, though, it's just opened more doors. So yeah, having something like you say, you're getting a gaming laptop. It'll benefit for you for your acting,
Oh yeah, well yeah.
which is amazing. You know, do you have you ever streamed before yourself?
I've been on streams, but I haven't streamed myself. No, I only I think one time on PlayStation 4, but that's about it.
Yeah, and what's your intake of watching people streaming?
It's good, but there's a lot of things like with streaming that go into it too. Like, yeah, they make money off it, but it's like, okay, but they get a big head off it, but it's like you're just a streamer. I mean, I know you have an audience, but it's like streaming's okay, but like it's just like anyone can do it. Honestly, it really takes really no skill to be a streamer. Honestly.
Definitely, I think there's more hard work of being a content creator more than a streamer.
Yeah, being a voice actor takes a lot more work too, because voice acting you gotta really know what you're doing.
Yeah, and if you don't get it right or you need to change it, it's a lot of editing, sorting it out, make sure that it's fantastic for the people that listen to it and or watch. And with streaming, you're literally just talking to people in real life. So yeah, streaming's a lot easier than content creating or acting.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you know yourself, you probably yourself when you're acting, whether you're reading from a script or you're trying to think of things to come up with, it can be quite difficult sometimes. And sometimes you start something and then you go, cut, we'll have to record again. And
yeah, that's what they do.
And that's why I think content creating and voice acting is a lot harder than being a streamer, because streaming, you can make a cop up on your streaming and it'll sound funny and it'll be alright because the audience will like that, they'll laugh at it. But when you're making a video or you're doing a show like Shakespeare or anything like that,
oh yeah,
you gotta make sure you have it right there and then, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
So yeah, it's a lot harder, and I think, don't get me, yeah, brilliant that people that are getting paid a load of money for streaming, but to me, when I stream, I don't stream for money. I stream to make people laugh. I'm not in it for the money. I don't even take money off Twitch because that's what I'm like. I just want to people's days really, but I started off content creating and making videos, and that was just far better in that sense. But I started streaming and I was joining communities as you do on Discord and all that. But no, I think one of the best things I've done through gaming is got to be the podcast.
Yeah, that is a good thing. Podcasts are.
Yeah, well, when I started, when we both started, because He hasn't been on it regular bit lately because he's been busy and that. But I have a co-presenter every now and again, and when we started it, it was like there was hardly any gaming podcasts out there. So I came up with an idea one day and said, "We need to. Do you fancy starting a gaming podcast? Because there's nothing out there. We love gaming. The passion is gaming, and there's a lot of people in the gaming world that got so much passion about it. So why don't we start a podcast?" And then I think it was early last year, I decided let's bring some guests on our show, and it's worked ever since. So it's amazing that we can get people on to experience what a podcast is about, because some people that we've had on haven't never heard of a podcast before, never mind being on one. So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is true.
So I mean, I've always asked my guests about how they like games coming into movies and TV shows, and what's your point out about it? Do you like that there's games coming movies and TV shows?
Yeah, I like that. The Fallout show is really good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That was more than good. I think I wasn't expecting.
I think it was amazing. Oh yeah. They have to make the power armor look weak, but talked about.
And then you got
eventually with the staff of Bethesda, but
yeah. I mean, I said to myself, oh, do you know what? I really hope it is a good TV show, and they did a really good job. I mean, The Last of Us TV show, I thought that was brilliant.
Oh yeah, it was really good, The Last of Us.
And then you had the Uncharted movie, which I thought at first,
yeah,
I'm not sure where they
good.
go with that, but it was good. Yeah, it was really good. So, if you could have any game to be a movie or TV show, what would it be and why?
Probably Grand Theft Auto. Honestly, that would make for a great movie.
Yeah. Imagine.
It would kill it at the box office. So, I mean, like a 2-hour-long movie. Make many sequels to it as well. Grand Theft Auto can do a lot of things.
Yeah, I'm totally 100% with you. I mean, I don't play GTA or anything like that, but
right.
But being if it came a movie, that would be far better than being a TV series with that type of game. Just because I think you couldn't really tell a story on it with a TV series. A TV series is like chapters and like that. This is more like one big thing, isn't it? It's got to be a movie. It's action, and it's all
true,
all out. I think it's definitely right on the movie on that. Definitely. And if you could have any game as a TV show, what would you choose?
I'd have to look, but I mean, they should. Well, no, they already have Ark as a TV show. It's an animated series.
Yeah. Do you know what? I would love like a Life is Strange TV series.
Yeah, that would, or a Mortal Kombat TV series would.
Yeah,
but it wasn't like.
Yeah, I think all of them will work, and you say you got a PS5. Is that correct?
Yeah, I have a PS5. Yeah.
So, what's the best game you played on it so far?
That I would have to look, because there's a lot of good games, but I know Bannerlord is a really good one.
Yeah.
That's tabletop, so.
Nice one, and that's your tabletop choice. What if you had any other choice? What would it be?
I'd say SnowRunner. SnowRunner's cool. the trucking game. Pulling
Yeah, SnowRunner. Do you know what? I have to admit that was brilliant. I used to play it on the Xbox with my brother because we had Game Pass. We shared Game Pass, and it was on Game Pass at the time, and we used to play on it for hours and hours. Yeah, Farmer Simulator. I actually quite like.
Yeah,
that game.
Farm Simulator. Yeah.
And the new one comes out in November, so I'm
God.
I'm thinking of getting it. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I will.
Right.
But yeah, I love the simulator games as well, I have to say.
Yeah, they're cool. I like Simulator.
Well,
They're good.
Me and my brother play a lot of Euro Truck Simulator. Now that's a good game if you like your trucks and stuff like that. But we also play American Truck Simulator as well. Have you ever heard of that?
Huh.
Yeah, they're nice chilling games, and you can do we go on a lot of convoys with a lot of people, so yeah, it's a good game.
Nice.
But yeah, there's just so many games that you could actually talk about, and that's what I love about the gaming world. There's so much to talk about. So yeah, just a last few questions before we end the show is basically, there's loads of games coming out from now until the end of the year, and some are coming out next year. What's the most what's the most one that you're looking forward to?
GTA. I think everyone's looking forward to that.
GTA, yeah. I believe it's set in
Vice City.
yeah, and it's meant to be so much bigger than the original. The last one is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good game. What am I looking forward to? Well, I love all my Marvel stuff, so I have to say Warframe.
Marvel. Oh.
Yeah, Warframe's coming out next year, supposedly.
They have Deadpool and Wolverine aren't in a movie. I think it's out this week, so.
Yeah, I'll have to go and watch that as well. That's
gonna
be good. But yeah, I love the Spider-Man games as well. So yeah, but they're bringing out a Wolverine game. So I wonder if there's going to be a DLC which brings Deadpool in.
Maybe.
Maybe.
You have to see.
But yeah, it's you mean you could talk about a lot about gaming and the gaming world, if that's from tabletop role playing, shooting games, and the list goes on, doesn't it? And that's what I love about the gaming world. It's amazing. You can talk a lot about it, can't you? There's a lot of interesting stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So yeah, thank you, Higgins, for coming on to the show. It's been amazing having a chat with you, mate. And hopefully, I would love to get you on for part 2 if we can, for season 3.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That would work.
Definitely, mate. So
yeah, it's been an honor being on here.
Honestly, mate, it's been a pleasure having you on, mate. And just before we end the show, there's 2 questions that we always end the show with. So the first one is basically, do you want to give any shout outs to anyone?
I think I usually don't do that because, I mean, if I had to, I would, but I don't have any, launchers.
Yeah, it's fine, mate. So, I mean, I'll give a shout out to you instead then. How's about that?
Yeah, Alex Midnight, Sergeant Higgins, whatever you want to say. That's who I am, so.
And where
I already shouted. Twitter, X, and then, pretty much on X now because I used to use Instagram, but Instagram's kind of a dying platform, so.
Yeah, I prefer Twitter. I keep saying Twitter because in my eyes it's still Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not used to saying X because it sounds weird. So
it actually sounds rude as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You only needed 2 more X's and it becomes,
Oh yeah.
Nudity.
Inappropriate for people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even like the icon either.
No, it's just dumb, but that's just Elon Musk for you. So.
Yeah, if you listen to this, you need to change it back to Twitter, mate.
Yeah. Twitter was better.
It is, but I have to say, I've heard there's rumours about you can live stream on it soon.
Soon, yeah, I would think, but I mean, God.
But you would have to pay for that, obviously. Nothing comes
Probably.
free. Unless you're Instagram. Instagram's alright if you want to live stream. But, like you say, it's a dying platform now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, the final question of the episode is basically a question from our last guest. Now, our last guest was Magnum, and he was from Zero Indicative. So he does a little they do tabletop stories about games and that. So
nice.
He sits with a bunch of people, and he just does episodes and talks and goes through things about tabletop and all that. So it's quite interesting. He's on YouTube, so make sure to give him a look up. And his question to you is, let me just get it up. Right. He said, which game have you played where gameplay more than made up for poor graphic quality?
That would... I think maybe the Tomb Raider one, because that one was kind of crappy graphics, but the gameplay made up for it, so, I mean... graphics weren't really that good in there. Like the Odyssey of Life, that one.
Which one was that? Was that Tomb Raider Legends or something?
Yeah, I think so, something like that, yeah.
That's the one that's just come on PlayStation Plus recently, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, out nowadays.
It's not bad, but it could be better. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the story itself made up for the graphics, basically.
Yeah, pretty much how it is.
Amazing, fantastic question to our to our last guest, and yeah, it's been amazing having you on the show, Higgins, and we'll definitely get you on for season 3.
That works.
Which hopefully sometime it'll be up and running in August sometime. So I'll let you know when we got some free slots, and maybe we can get you on for part 2, mate.
Yeah, that can work because we got our show coming up in August too as well.
Nice one, mate. Good luck as well. Don't forget to send us some links if you got any links to it, and I'll give them a look up.
Oh yeah, I'll send you the link once we get it all done, and then we send it to Bethesda for their copy, and then we'll send you their copy.
Nice one, mate. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you for coming on the show, and we'll speak again soon, mate.
All right, there you works. Thank you.
Thank you very much, mate. Take care.
Welcome. Take care.
So there you have it. Season 2 has come to an end. Thank you, Higgins, for being on the show, especially for the last episode of the season, mate. And thank you, everyone that's been on the podcast this season. It's absolutely been amazing. And you know what? I could take the praise myself being the host, but I'm not like that. But also, it's all about the guests. And the guests is every single one of you have been amazing. Some people haven't even been on a podcast before, and some people haven't even heard a podcast, not listened to a podcast before. So what coming onto the show is a big next step for some of you guys, and I appreciate that you've decided to come on our podcast, and that's what this is all about, and that's what I'm trying to do, is basically give everyone a chance to come on, express themselves, and tell us their story about how they became a gamer and why they love it so much. And this is what I love about the gaming world as well. There's just so many different stories with different people, and it's amazing. It's amazing that I get to have that chance to listen to people's stories. And let's make it long continue. And I have to say thank you to people from season 1 as well. The guests that came on season 1 were absolutely amazing, but season 2 is being extended. And yeah, guys, it's the final episode. I hope you've really enjoyed it as much as I've had doing it. And you've just been amazing, guys. Without you, this podcast wouldn't be the way it is now. And yeah, I just can't wait until season 3 now. Season 3 should be hopefully coming on all available platforms around about August sometime. So keep an eye out on all our social medias for that, whether that's Instagram, Facebook or Twitter. Oh, now it's called X, but I prefer to still call it Twitter because it's Twitter in my eyes. But yeah, we're trying to get to 1K followers on that as well, guys. And we're so close. We're about 80 followers away. So as we speak now, and that's absolutely amazing. Thank you for your support. Whether you've been a guest or you haven't and you just followed us, it's been absolutely amazing. And I've really enjoyed this season. I've enjoyed season 1 and season 2, but season 2 has been absolutely amazing because we have extended it, and may it continue. And I just want to say thank you for our little partners that we've managed to get going with the podcast. It's Terra Player. So Terra Player, as you may know, that I've spoke about in previous episodes, basically the internet radio station for gamers and for people that love the music world as well. And every time our episodes have been released, it also goes onto their website as well. So it's a nice little partnership, and may the years continue. So I just want to say thank you very much for TerraPlay for letting us be part of that. And it's absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to carry this journey on with this gaming podcast. And the gaming world has got so much to talk about, guys. And yeah, that is the end of season 2. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will see you in season 3. Don't forget, keep smiling, keep gaming. Let's go.